Aokiji's true motive. Ever since Aokiji witnessed the Ohara incident take place and Akeinu's thorough justice in action, he went from blazing justice to lazy justice. And after chapter 1087, we learn that Aokiji trained with Garp for a long time, punching battleships continuously with no haki, no devil fruit abilities, so you can see where his blazing justice came from. But something changed within Aokiji after the Ohara incident. Maybe it was because he realised that the Marines and the government are a corrupt organisation, and I'm sure that Aokiji's seen other things coming up through the ranks through the Marines, but Ohara was really the tipping point for him, where he said, you know what, I'm just going to put in as minimal effort as possible. And I believe that Aokiji was planning on becoming Fleet Admiral so he could try and weed out all the corruption from the Marines. And after losing his battle to Akeinu, he realised with a man like Sakazuki taking the helm of the Marines, the damage would be irreversible. So now he set out on his own journey to topple the world government. What was the best way to do this? Join forces with the Yonko crew. That allows you to do whatever you want with no ties holding you back. In chapter 1081, Aokiji is talking to the Blackbeard pirates about the poneglyphs and brings up Ohara, and he mentions, all I remember is a good friend fighting back against the government, talking about Soul, and the sad lonely eyes of a little girl whose fate rested in my hands, speaking of Nico Robin. So it's quite possible that Soul taking a stand against the government inspired Kuzan to pursue his own justice. Blackbeard also asks Kuzan to join in, mentioning, and I quote, "But in our world, justice takes a different form. The only thing pirates need is an alignment of interest. You're a free man, what do you want to do, Kuzan?" And at this moment, Kuzan realised that joining Blackbeard's crew would bring him closer to his goal of toppling the world government. Because for all we know, Blackbeard's ambition is to become king of the world. Like, it's pretty obvious that's what he wants. Like, he wants to govern his own country, and then the step up from that is govern the whole world. So it makes sense that if Kuzan realised this is what Blackbeard wants to do, it will give him an easier way to take down the world government if Blackbeard's going to take him out anyway. So, and plus Kuzan's pretty strong, so you add the Blackbeard pirates onto that, and you have a pretty powerful Yonko crew going up against the world government. And I believe the reason why Kuzan is willing to take down his former master is probably due to the fact that he started to despise Garp for not taking action against the government after all the horrible things they have done, even though Garp openly admits to hating the Celestial Dragons and the government as such. But why didn't the hero of the Marines take a stand? Maybe this frustrates Kuzan. Garp, without knowing it, he has inspired his own son, his students, and his grandson to go against the government. And as Kuzan states in chapter 1087, you raised a formidable foe. So what does this mean for Kuzan and his story for the remainder of One Piece? Well, I believe Kuzan is going to play a pivotal role in taking down the world government towards the end of the story. Whether it's aligned with evil or good forces is yet to be seen, but what if Kuzan does take down Garp? Will he ever be forgiven? Let me know what you think down below, and while you're there, if you can like, sub, and all that other stuff, I'd appreciate it. But anyway guys, thanks for listening. I'm out. Peace.